Your car is reporting your location right now, not your phone, your car. And it has been since the day you drove it off the lot. Today I'm going to show you how to pull one specific fuse and make your car completely untraceable. No GPS ping, no cellular check-in, no location report going anywhere. The fuse sits in a different spot on GM, Ford, and Stellantis vehicles, and the label changes by manufacturer, so stick with me through the how-to, because pulling the wrong one kills something you actually need. I have been driving this way for months, and I'm never going back. A cellular modem, factory installed behind your dashboard, has been pinging a remote server with your GPS coordinates at regular intervals ever since you drove it off the lot. You did not turn it on. You cannot turn it off from the infotainment screen. And the company receiving those pings is not your insurance provider, not your mechanic, and not roadside assistance. It is the manufacturer, continuously. GM calls it OnStar. Ford calls it Connected Services. Stellantis, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, Dodge calls it Uconnect. Toyota has Safety Connect. Honda has Honda Link. The names are different. The function is identical. Your car is a transmitter and your daily movements are the data. In 2024, the New York Times published an investigation that documented what this looks like at scale. GM's Smart Driver program alone had enrolled over 8 million drivers in continuous location and behavior monitoring. Most of them had no idea they were enrolled. The consent was buried in the Connected Services Agreement. One paragraph in a multi-page document signed at the dealership on the same day as the financing paperwork, when most people just want the keys. That paragraph covers data collection indefinitely, resale of aggregated location data to third parties, and in some vehicle categories, the ability to remotely disable the car if payments are missed. 8 million people, one manufacturer. Here is what makes the fix so clean. The cellular modem operates completely independently of the infotainment system. Turning off the screen, disabling Bluetooth, or opting out in the settings menu does not power it down. The modem has its own logic, its own antenna, and its own embedded SIM card. The settings menu gives you the impression of control. The modem does not care about the settings menu. The only thing that actually stops it is cutting the power feed, which is the fuse. Pull that fuse and the modem goes dark. The car starts normally. The brakes work. The engine runs identically. You lose nothing that affects how the vehicle operates. You just stop broadcasting. Before I walk you through the specifics, there is one thing your dealer will tell you if you ever bring this up. They will say pulling any fuse risks voiding your warranty. The accurate answer is no. Under the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act in the US and equivalent consumer protection law in Canada, a manufacturer cannot void your warranty for removing a fuse unless they can prove that specific removal caused a specific failure. Pulling the telematics fuse cannot cause an engine failure, a brake failure, or a transmission failure. The modem is completely downstream of every mechanical system in the car. The warranty threat is a talking point, not a legal reality. Now let me walk through the specifics by manufacturer. In GM vehicles, Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Cadillac, built from 2010 onward, the telematics fuse is in the underhood fuse block. The label you're looking for is TEL, Modem, OnStar, or BCM Telematic. On a 2015 Silverado, it is a 10 amp in position 42 of the underhood block. On a 2018 Equinox, it is labeled BCM Telematic. Every GM from that era has it. The position shifts by model year, but the label always references communication. Never power, never emissions, never safety. That is your filter. Ford F-Series trucks, Explorers, Escapes, and Edges from 2011 forward keep the telematics fuse in the body control module box inside the cab, typically left side under the dash. The label is Sync Modem, or APIM, which stands for Accessory Protocol Interface Module. That is Ford's entire connected services brain. Pull it, and Ford's servers lose you completely. The truck runs identically. Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, and Dodge vehicles, Uconnect system, keep the fuse in the interior panel labeled Radio Media, Uconnect Module, or RFH, which stands for Remote Frequency Hub. The RFH label shows up more on 2016 and newer Ram trucks. It is typically a 5 amp fuse. The diagram is on the inside of the fuse panel cover. Toyota's Safety Connect and Honda Link shift more by model. On a 2015 to 2020 Camry, the DCM, Data Communication Module, fuse is in the engine compartment relay box, labeled DCM or Telematics. On a 2016 to 2021 Civic, it is in the underdash block, labeled Backup Radio or Modem depending on trim. For any Japanese platform, search your exact year and model alongside the words Telematics, Fuse Location, Owners on enthusiast forums have documented virtually every variant. If you no longer have the owner's manual, the fuse diagram is printed on the inside of the fuse panel cover itself. Open the panel, flip the cover, and the full legend is right there. Most vehicles have two panels, one under hood near the battery, one interior under the dash or in the glove box. Start under hood on GM. Start interior on Ford and Stellantis. Before you pull, do one thing. Write the fuse number and amperage on a small piece of tape and stick it inside the panel cover. Dealers push software updates over the cellular connection. So if the car goes in for service, pull the fuse before drop-off, reinstall it for the service window, pull it again when you pick up. 2-minute swap and you stay in control the entire time. Stick with me because there's a second tracking channel the modem fuse does not cover, and almost nobody checks this one. The OBD 2-port. The small trapezoid plug under the left side of your dash. The same port your mechanic connects a scanner to for diagnostics. It is permanently powered. Hot at all times, ignition off or on. And anything plugged into it has a live connection to your vehicle's data bus, speed, location, braking patterns, idle time, engine hours, all of it. Insurance companies have been selling usage-based discount programs for years that require plugging a dongle into that exact port. That dongle reports continuously. Some dealerships, particularly used car lots, install GPS tracking units in the OBD port before the sale for repossession management or floor plan tracking, and it is not always disclosed. Get under your dash right now and look. If there is anything in that port you did not put there, pull it. If you want to cut power to the port entirely, there is a fuse for that too, labeled OBD, DLC, or diagnostic port in the interior fuse panel. Pulling it has zero effect on engine management, fuel efficiency, or emissions. The engine computer still runs. The only change is the port goes dead and nothing can passively harvest from it. The cellular modem fuse and the OBD port fuse, both of them. No outbound cellular ping, no passive port harvest. 2 fuses, 2 panel covers, under 5 minutes. I found out my own vehicle had been reporting location continuously for over 3 years before I did any of this. Factory installed modem. Consent buried in the purchase agreement. No notification, no reminder, no opt-out prompt on the screen. Just running, silently, every single day. 90 seconds, and it stopped. Find your fuse diagram, match the label, and pull it. If this helped, share it, and I will see you in the next one.